Should I be quiet for a bit, or are we just gonna like yap right away?
No, we'll yap right away. I'll be a little distracted while I get stuff finalized, but we should be good.
Yeah, I could do the intro junk. Let me know when it's up.
All right. Yeah, we should be streaming now. I mean, nobody's going to be watching yet because they don't know about it, but
Well, for the
I'll
VOD, my
go ahead and
guy.
ping everybody.
I want to make sure the VOD is kind of coherent. In case you're watching the VOD, the video back, welcome to the start of the stream for the intermediate finals of the Attack Intermediate Tournament.
Yep, that
This
was
is going to
Rabbit,
be...
and this is Creonity.
Hi! I'm the local TAC goober, if you will. I'm pretty sure this is with Filipfarkas and Vogopolis?
It is,
I believe.
yep.
Okay.
Yep. Right now on the stream, I don't know if you're watching it, but I've got their logos that I made up. So
Ooh.
nobody asked for
Vogopolis?
these, but I make them, and they have to suffer with them. They have to live with them for the rest of their tech days.
Oh, I hope I never have to. Not in a mean way. I'm sure it's wonderful, and it's a great feeling. But I feel like I don't deserve, like, having my own picture for my tag.
I mean, you kind of already have one on your YouTube, right? You got your Crayonity.
That's true.
So.
I wanted to, I'm working on a new profile picture. I haven't done it in a while. But I want to get it better. Because everyone tells me my profile picture is a little goofy. And I have something I want to fix it up for, so... It should be good at some point.
All right, let me ping them and just...
Check in.
Yep.
Vogopolis' game against, I'm forgetting their name, Riddle. Vogopolis' games against Riddle were really fun, actually. It felt like Vogopolis was, like, clutching up a lot, which was cool. He was capitalizing on Riddle's inability to just, like, try and close out. That's that it almost sounds mean, but he did a very good job of making the games, like, complicated. So Riddle couldn't, like, handle the pressure.
Yeah, tournament tax is a whole other animal. So it's... It's a little easier being in this seat than in the one behind one of the pieces. So
sometimes I wonder what would happen if, like, TAC was something that was, like, forcing in what's it called? In play TAC. Like, similar to check. Where, like, if you were in TAC, you had to do something to prevent it, and if you could, like, if there wasn't a move on the board that prevented it, then you were just, like, forced to lose. But I feel like that makes it way less interesting.
Yeah, I mean, part of the strategy is just to keep trying, even when you're behind, because you can always win. I do like that about TAC. You can always make a sneaky threat, or even a very obvious one. And if your opponent misses it, then you can, I mean, even if they're 100% on their eval score, you can nab the game.
I know one of my games versus Riddle was not a road, but it felt very much like that. Where I was in quite a winning position, and then I ended up goofing a little bit and just being a little too silly. And so suddenly by the end of the game I was in a completely losing position. And so I just kept shuffling and making the game weird for like 20 moves. I think the game went to like move 65 or 70 or something. And noted. I just shuffled for so long that eventually Riddle slipped up and I capitalized and I ended up winning somehow. Which was just really funny.
I've lost to Crumbot on that kind of stuff before. I'm like, just, you know, it's shuffling pieces around. It's making these ridiculous liabilities. And then all of a sudden it makes one that reaches halfway across the board and completes a road. And I am just in place flat mode and lose to a silly atypical spread.
Fair warning. Rabbit. According to Senor, it's just Boris. You are like significantly quieter than I am, apparently.
Okay.
Which is weird. It might be because like the way you have desktop audio set up and whatever your stream setup is like different than your mic setup. I know I have that from my end.
Let me pull it up here and see what it thinks it's doing.
Bop, bop, bop. Oh, I got pinged. There's a game coming up. I wonder who it is.
Yeah, like my audio input capture is turned all the way up.
Oh. I guess turn me down? Question mark? Maybe?
I did just
I have no idea.
bit, so you'll have to let us know if that is I guess I can turn the game
I can
up.
also just be quieter.
All right. Is that any better?
We'll find out. Yep. I'm gonna go. I have something I'm gonna go handle quick.
Cool. I'll do the intro stuff and all that.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, and now I got to sign in. Wonderful. And now 2FA. Sorry for the silence, guys. I'm not a multitasker.
Nibbling on chocolate. A deep part of me, my I don't know, playful, sinful side, is considering having pizza while I commentate because it sounds hilarious. But the other part of me is also like, do I want to ruin this beautiful stream in such a way?
I think if you're going to eat something, it has to be crunchier than pizza. Got to be, got to be nice and distracting with it.
I know, sometimes when I stream, I'll eat like pasta and stuff. And that can be like really annoying because you can hear like the slurping sounds or whatever. Like I'll be mixing up my Alfredo with like sauces and stuff. And then you'll hear like noises. I'm such a scuffed streamer though. So
all right. Boris said it's a bit better now. I can turn the gain up more if that helps.
I know for me, I have like +5 decibels on me. Or what is it? I think it might be -1 on me and then +5 on like desktop audio.
All right, you guys will have to let me know if that's any better. I guess we can get started here. Welcome to the 2026 May Intermediate Finals. This is going to be filipfarkas and Vogopolis. It's going to be played on a 6x6 board with 2 komi, and the players are going to play as one color and then switch for the second game. If they are tied after that, it will go to blitz tiebreakers, which will be the same size board, still 2 komi, but they will do 3 minutes plus 5 seconds as their time control. Players, here's a little picture of the finals bracket, how we got to where we are. And they did have some blitz tiebreakers on the semifinals there. Those were fun to watch. Actually got to catch those. Didn't get to stream them. All right. They're saying that you're still really loud.
Oh my god. Okay. If it's a me loud problem, I can like just be quieter.
I
That's
can
okay.
I can turn you down on here, but
Oh, also true. Whichever you prefer. Just let me know, because otherwise I have to like change my audio up or like my volume.
all right, let me get to the right screen here. All right, we do have some prizes on the line here. I made some capstones for this tournament here. So first place is going to get the pick out of the 3 pairs, and then second place will get second pick. 2 of these pairs are stone capstones, and then the third one are what I call scrap stones, which I took some exotic woods that I had laying around that I'd cut off of other projects, glued them up, and made some facets on them and finished them. So here's some quick pictures of those. And let me give them the go ahead here. And then we will get started. All right. I'm going to be trying out PTN Ninja for this here.
Nice for nice.
This time. Oh, and they are already going. All right. So, what do we have? We had
Knights into knights is funny.
opposite corners and black knight, and then we got a little skip here. So white looking to kind of take the horizontal and also block black's vertical line there with that one. Sorry, Crayon, go ahead.
I find this amusing. Just because like there's a lot of common styles of openings, like different types of things, like lines in the center or like weird intersection places on the side of the board. One of them is separated lines, which is an opening I use a lot. And I find it amusing that like black went for this like knight's opening, and then white just opted into separated lines. Like this is just going to become a separated lines game, basically.
Yeah.
Capstone is going to be on D4 or D3, which also looks not good.
Yeah, so I mean, as white here, I'm just looking to start this horizontal here. So
Okay.
looking to take D3 here.
The other option is playing E5 now. But the thing is, then a capstone is coming, and are you ready for it?
Yeah, kind of give yourself both directions there.
Let's go for it.
Okay.
Fun.
Boris says no playtech chat. Crayon's going to be watching the playtech chat. Come up with something there.
I didn't know I'm echoing. I don't know why I'm echoing. I can't. I don't know why.
Let me turn down my desktop audio, and then my mic's probably picking you up.
It could be,
especially because I turned the gain up.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was my mic being funky or like my room being echoey, but oh, we opted into this. Okay. Now it gets complicated.
So I still like D3 there better for white. This vertical feels a little weak right now to me. You're giving black the center. I mean, this is almost more of a typical knight's opening here, where you run up the kind of primary side there as long as you can, and then pivot once black is forced to commit some sort of defensive resources over there.
I fully anticipate like F3. Oh, that?
And I think that's even more disconnected. So placing this up here in black's territory on the edge is just you have no pivot options from there.
It's this typical idea of like the piece is gonna get cut off anyway. So you kind of just threw a piece into the void, right?
Yeah, because I mean you want every move you make to have some sort of lasting impact, and you have less impact when it's way over there. Like we were saying, F3, and then black does something there, and then I mean you start building around. You pivot towards this horizontal while still strengthening your vertical there. I guess let me ask the
Things like,
chat. Did me turning down my desktop audio help with that echo from Crayon?
oh, please. I felt thinking for a while. More
We
than I
do have
expected,
timers
actually.
here. That's very nice.
Yeah, it's pretty elegant. It reminds me of a next dot playtech, or what is it, beta playtech right now, which is also quite nice.
Yeah, so the reason I'm trying PTN today is because, well, now we can watch live games on Playtech with PTN Ninja, and then also the highlighting, and then later on, if we need to or want to, I can pull in some analysis here. So some features. I know we don't get the Playtech chat right now, so we're kind of doing a hacky workaround with Crayon watching that while I watch these other monitors.
Yeah, there's not much going on right now. There's I don't know how I feel about B5. I don't hate it. Like I like it. I whenever I see moves like this, I always get a little scared because like one of the big ideas in knights types of positions is that eventually you get this early connection on F3 or C6 like we were talking about, right?
Right.
And these connections make it so as soon as you start pivoting, you have like the tempo already. Now black's vertical is slower, the same way white's horizontal is slower. So it always makes me a little bit scared.
Yeah, so let's try one of the features here and just play this out a little bit.
Let's see
I
what she
mean, in a
says.
couple moves, we can have this, which still looks pretty good for white, but now they're behind on tempo. All my buttons have moved. I got to figure out the new PTN stuff. Supposed to get together with Boris and Gruppler and do a video on this sometime, since so much has changed in here.
The only problem I see for black potentially in this position is like there's this funny e5 left like move that's always just exists and just kind of kills black's horizontal like on the spot, and then you just block their capstone off of the entire board.
Yeah, I mean, black can go other ways with this too, but that seems a little weaker.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. In
Because
my
then you get
gut,
this down here, and then no matter what black does, you've got, you know, at least a stopping point. That those are not good moves. Don't look at those. But
I don't know.
uh,
I don't know what the right move here is actually. Oh, are we're in this position? Fun.
if I'm using this correctly, we are.
Yeah. More moves have been played. Yeah.
Is that where we are?
Okay.
Okay, so it kind of followed
Yeah.
that. You know, we made the tech threat there, Cap slides over, cap replaces, and then now we're going this way. This actually looks pretty good for white.
Looks incredibly strong.
And now we get that e5. Nope,
No.
we
Cap
don't.
up also.
Okay. I was expecting e5 left there.
Same.
Like that.
The difference is like by by playing um by playing what is that, d4, you've already sort of committed to blocking off white's or black's ability to make their horizontal as well. So capping up is like kind of defended. I don't like it as much as e5 left, but I see the reasoning for it at least.
Feels like black has a quicker vertical now. White has nothing over on. Hey, I can use the highlighter. Maybe if I get on the right screen. You know, black has more of this covered over here.
Yeah, but intersecting on the D file is kind of hard to do like well. And white has like a good cutting position through like where black wants to play in the center. I think there's interesting counterplay. I would kind of prefer black right now, but I don't know how much. Because the problem is like the longer you delay this, the more white is just getting their like vertical and horizontal threats like together. You might have to wall you might have to wall on d4 at some point, yeah.
Yeah, that becomes really annoying.
Yeah. Plus, like, it doesn't actually stop the vertical for white. Because they can just slide the capstone left. This c5 square is not defended from this capstone.
A2. Okay.
I don't like this. I mean, it's not like bad. It's just a matter of letting the opponent sort of sling out these tack idea things and stretch it. Blocking someone's ability to play on the edge and letting them stretch through the center of the board generally does not end very well.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can play this out a little bit. White, look, change that. I was clicking on B1. White plays B1. So now, what? I mean, we see what, a wall to stop it, and then, I mean, white moves over. Now black's blocked off, pinned.
I would honestly just play whatever it's called. Yeah, that's the move I'm expecting to see. Yeah. D3 left makes sense. It's kind of the whole idea. Is now black has a vertical brewing, but white can just play A6 or A1.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
white gets A1 here. Or, I mean, if they want to just build their vertical and wait, then black gets here. And then, I don't know, you do something silly to buy you a turn.
Yeah. The position is very. I don't know what the right word for it is. It's almost balanced in a way.
It's very open too, I guess I'd say.
That's a good way of putting it. I think that's why it feels so weird to me. I normally opt into closed positions, so I'm not used to positions being this open.
All right, how do I get back to the main? The main? Nope, that's way the heck up there.
Yeah. Got what we expected.
So is this the main? Okay. All right. So yeah, it was kind of what we were seeing there.
This, yeah, I'm scared of this position.
The cap
There's,
is pinned from this throw because of that.
I think the only real looking move right now is, d4 down? Or, yeah, d5 down. Which is, I think, what got played. Yeah. Now white has to make a decision. An odd decision.
Sorry for jumping around, everybody.
Now, what does get interesting here is white long term benefits from chess on c3. Chess meaning like if you win the stack war technically, or that's not true. You lose the stack war, but the way the stack war works out is if they keep capturing it, it gets big enough that your wall can always capture something.
Right, meaning it just gets over 6.
Yep. So the stack can't run away all the way.
I mean, what do we see? Just a simple C1 here, or
Yeah, c1 I think was played. And then just d1 I think. d1 I don't actually quite like this too.
oh, am I not on the right? Maybe Boris in chat will tell me how to get back to the main.
After c1, I was scared of d1, but you have c1 plus, so it's like actually fine. Yeah, I agree. Guessed 1787 in playtech.
I'm going to jump over real quick just so that I can flashbang everybody, and then
Oh, Boris yelled at me last time about a2 down. No, I'm not so confident in a2 down. Hmm?
feel like yeah, timers aren't counting down, so I've lost connection with that game somehow. Okay. All right. So
On playtech we have d4, and then the capstone just comes down.
and then ST2. Okay, so it looks like I'm back up to date here.
Just e1.
I mean,
Wait, this is.
white has options here. F2 looks good.
Well, I guess you can't play e1 because there's d1 coming. Yeah, this is fine. This does allow like c2 down. No. Oh, there's a2 down. That's cute. a2 down is actually fun now.
It is, yeah. Hope they miss it and then just replace.
True. Yeah, it gets played.
I wonder if it's because I ended with a road. I wonder if that kills it.
No, the game is still going on playtech.
Yeah, I meant if it kills it on the stream or not.
Did I get missed?
Okay.
Nope. Yeah, I like this. The problem is now there's A2.
No, there's not. Oh, yeah. I think if I end it with a road, it may kill the live view. So I was playing out the throw there, and now it's not updating.
Huh.
Okay,
How do we do
maybe I will stop
this?
doing that for this stream then. Okay, so we had A2 minus, then we had the cap over, which is not attack threat, right? And then we have black response with A2.
I now call me crazy.
Okay, crazy.
I personally like B1 left here. Yeah, this is also the
Goes
thing.
for the attack threat instead.
It just feels weak. That's not true. I feel like your capstone is kind of stuck guarding this left vertical. But
To be fair,
the
that's
thing
where
is,
all black's pieces are. So
that's, yeah. Like, black has nothing else on the board right now.
So I guess
I'm
question
sorry.
number one is, does black see the threat? Which I'm assuming they do. And then follow-up question is, how do they deal with it?
You have,
You have B5 minus.
yeah, I like that a lot too.
You do lose it if it becomes a war, but
Mm, mm. Guest makes a good point. Wall on C4 is like an option eventually, and then it's really scary actually. Well, not yet, obviously, but the question is, how and when are you actually getting this though? I don't know how you deal with this. I still think E5 down is like a good solution to the problem.
ooh,
Just
okay,
play
so they
Z1.
just fill in. I don't like that because that just gives up C4 to white. I mean, you
And the
can
thing
throw
is,
the cap over, but it doesn't help you out really.
well, the wall can come up. So you don't really want it to.
But then you pivot to the vertical. You're right there already.
Yep. And you still have E2. White is kind of. I think black is about to be put in the tack, 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 tack ringer.
The chain tack, as Will calls it.
Yeah. I would be very scared in this position as white. Or as black. Sorry, that made no sense. The other problem, though, that I'm seeing after C4 is you've sort of defended this stack on. You've now sort of defended this stack on B4. And black is down on flats because of reserve advantage. If both players just keep placing, white will either draw or win the game. I'm not sure what parity is. But I would be scared.
All right, we'll have to see how black responds to this. B5 minus still an option.
I've been trying to not exaggerate too much. I've been doing a very bad job of it. But I'm afraid I kind of have to. I think b5 down is like the only move on the board that saves this position long term. Okay.
So I don't like that because that just invites e2 or f2 or just replace where the capstone was. Because unfortunately, black was not able to make that move with attack threat. If they were, then sometimes that can buy you a turn. But
You know, weird question, actually. After e2, I like e2 first. After e2, and then f2. Is this just Tinue? No, there's f5 left whenever you want, I guess. But doing that feels so...
yeah, I mean, this is this is rough because you only have f5 left or e1 over because you've
If you
got
play
this.
e1 right, then you're just getting... I think if you're doing it this way, waiting for e2 is better because then black doesn't have a vertical anytime soon.
Yeah,
Which is nice.
I'm looking at d5 right now.
I wonder, yeah, I think d5 is right. I'm also considering
Keep the pressure
f5.
on.
f5 looks quite good. I'm wondering if it threatens Tinue. I don't know.
I think something that have to be careful of is if black gets b4.
Good point.
So go ahead and keep up the pressure while you can. Get yourself one more turn, one more flat on the board, and then see how black responds. And then if you can keep pushing, keep pushing. If not, then start looking at defense.
That's a good point. Because black always has 2c4 left now. That move is capstone left for black is very, very scary for white to deal with.
Okay, so we do see it.
That is actually kind of huge for black, I think. The fact that capstone left works. Because it also stops the horizontal, right?
Yeah, I mean, you just have to have time to do it, is the only problem.
Well, that's why, like, if at any point white makes a horizontal threat instead of a vertical threat, black can just move the capstone over.
Right.
Which is a wee bit scary. That's why we see Philip focusing so hard on this vertical.
Yeah, I think you have to. I'm looking at e4 right now. You can go the other way, I guess.
I'm also looking at d5 right, but I think, to be honest, as white right now, your goal is probably to get reserves out of your pocket.
So you want to know the really mean thing about d5 right? Here, I'll play through. Let me back up a turn. d5 right, and then you get weird spreads like this, and
yeah.
you get all sorts of fun stuff.
I think that's why I was looking at it, is because it reaches to, you know, yada yada land. Is there what's it called? C6 here, or D6, sorry. I think D6 here is quite good.
Yeah, I like d6. I mean, that wall is just going to start hoovering up stuff here. White just has to be careful that they can continue to make threats.
I don't like f4 as much. The problem is now, the difference between f4 and d6 is that after d6, if the wall comes right, you can renew tack.
And you can renew it with d2, which is tack in both directions.
Yes. Now, the wall can come right, and you just don't have a vertical threat again.
Yep.
Which is kind of what we were trying to avoid.
Yeah, because now you have to play defense.
I do wonder, is it worth it to play 2b4 up here?
Sure. Probably.
I feel like at some point you just get walled, and then like the wall reaches further somehow or something weird. I don't know. There's probably some like long-term end game where it's like bad for you. I don't know what it is. Just d2, yeah. Now the fun starts. And now, yeah, we transition into black's defensive.
And then now, throw all the way down.
I was considering it. I don't know if it's good. It is tack though, so you can just like recover. Actually, that might be good. Does it work?
I think it works. It gets you a turn.
Well, the problem is like, is there c2 down?
I mean, there is, but now you've got now you're back in the hot seat, back in control.
You get vertical again. I forgot this vertical is always looming.
And there's probably even more fun stuff than that there. So c2 down. Trying to think what gets you, a stronger position here.
I personally like d3. I think it's incredibly strong.
Because then you're playing the stack game, and then you get stuff like this, which is really hard to deal with.
Oh. Yeah, that looks like it ends poorly for everyone involved.
Okay, so what happened in game?
4e4 down. Yeah. Sure. Does capstone follow? I honestly, personally, I like just making the obvious looking spread of just like capstone to c3. That works. I prefer capstone to c3. Personally. Because, or not c3, b3. Sorry, that made no sense. Just 3c3 down. Or 3b4 down. I can't say tack with it. I like this because if the cap comes down to follow, you have e1 left. And now it gets a little weird.
Yeah.
Because if you recapture, now I can wall.
You can't recapture though. Because you have that A1 from earlier.
Oh wait, that means that was just tack to begin with. Wait. This is just tack already.
Oh, so yeah, A1. I missed it. I said it too late.
Yeah, I like that personally. That's a personal preference. I don't know if we'll see it. Oh yeah, that's what was played. They agree with me. Because this is really scary to deal with, right?
Oh, was it missed?
No, they threw to.
Oh, I'm on the wrong
You're
line.
on your line. They threw to A1.
Okay. But throwing to A1 now is, like we said earlier, not as beneficial because now E1 left comes with tack.
Yep. And then what do you play? Because you can't even play C2 up. Because there's this double stack on A2 that comes across.
Right.
Oh. Yeah. I like this position a lot for black.
Been quite swingy there.
Once again, Vogopolis. I feel like the name of Vogopolis is games. So, ooh. That feels weird. I don't know how I feel about that.
It's a funny tack threat, but a wall stops it.
I would just.
Recapturing stops it.
I would throw my capstone to C1.
That feels losing for some reason to me.
Yeah. I don't like it. Look, I am the goobet. I don't think it's a good move.
It may not be losing, but for some reason that feels losing to me.
I am wondering what the way of dealing with this is. Because if you capture onto C1, like at all, I'm just putting a wall somewhere. Like that stack isn't real. Yeah, that wall feels quite okay. There is 2A2 right now, which is quite funny.
But
sorry. Also,
now black's never getting that connection there.
I'm wondering
just
if
D3.
to deal with this wall, you play 2A2 right. Or is that too psychotic? No. Okay. I guess the wall is sort of stuck here, right? Because the wall can't move up.
Wall can't move up right now. It can move down.
Yeah. But then if the wall comes down, I think I play 2A2 right, and then it's like really weird. And my capstone probably gets a triple stack.
Well, if the wall comes down now, it's tack.
And I don't know. And it's a weird attack threat too.
You're kind of forced to wall.
Yeah. I'm scared. Ooh. In response, if the wall comes down, there's F3 down. Uh-huh. I don't like it. But it's there.
But it's there, yeah.
The one thing, we're getting to the point in the game where it's starting to close in on an end game. And I'm a little scared of black's reserve count. I think black has too many stones in their stack.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, this isn't
I like
tack yet.
this here.
I still, for black, I think the move is 2A2 right. Oh, 2A2 right is Tinue. Oh my god.
You can recapture it, I think, right? With B1 plus.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Wait.
But still, that doesn't feel good, right?
Right.
To give the cap this like giant triple stack.
And this is either going to be a cap throw or E3 minus, I guess. Could do E1 left.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
But this is stronger.
What was played anyway?
Oh, this is, what makes this even stronger is this stack up here.
Wait, what? What did black play after f3? Just c2? Yeah, just c2. Oh, that feels... Why did we play c2?
So Philip only has 13 seconds. If he puts a flat here, that's a win for black. Okay. Didn't, but still.
I almost missed that.
It's a fun one. Okay, black is not in tech. He has a minute and 20 seconds to think. I guess I didn't realize we were getting that low on time.
There's, what is it? C2 down, or C3. Oh my god, I can't say words with my brain.
D3
D3 down. Yeah. Might be okay. What are the flats right now? Something like 13 to, 12 to
12 to 11. 2A2, 2A2 right still looks good.
Yeah. I think it was incredibly forcing before. But now it's still pretty broken.
Yeah, I think the only thing that gets it is that. And then...
now you can also play capstone, right? Before you couldn't because it could throw to wherever. But yeah, now you can just be diligent. What? Was that a flat? What?
That's a loss. Didn't see it. It's a weird double stack.
Oh.
And I bet you if you're playing on Playtech, it looks even harder to see. If you guys take a look at that.
This is...
Whew.
I was getting at this a bit when I was streaming Vogopolis and Riddle playing, and a bit in the introduction of this. Vogopolis, one of his biggest benefits of the games he's been playing in the intermediate is he's been catching people off guard a lot. Like a lot.
These double stacks, these Karens, they're pretty easy to get screwed over by, especially in the end game. You get low on time. I mean, Philip had under 10 seconds at that point.
Yeah, I think he just didn't think.
So, I mean, I don't know what the graph of this game is going to look like from the engines, but definitely thought white was powering ahead there for a while. I think they had...
Or I believe. Because I have a flat advantage and five reserves left. So it seems quite good.
What was the tipping point? It was not defending. It was letting black get b4, in my opinion.
I think it was partially letting black get b4, playing f4 instead of d6 made it so you couldn't continue your vertical threat, right?
Right, which then allowed black to get b4.
The other part of it was not playing the waiting to throw the capstone down. Delaying the capstone throw just made it so black got more position at the top left.
Yeah, I got that one connecting stone, which then made the throw down much more dangerous.
Black's suddenly black has a lot of threat on this top left side part of the board because they own all of it. Like there's nothing, in my opinion, I have said this many a time, an untouched road threat is one of the scariest things in TAC. The fact that nothing is touching this black extension in the top left is terrifying to me.
Yep, you've got all this up here. Let me get it on the right screen.
Yeah. And so you can only defend on the bottom of the board, which means black can start forcing really small scuffles that work in their favor, which is always scary.
All right, looks like they're going to take a 5 to 10 minute break and then get back to it. I'm also going to take just a quick break before we go on to the game 2. So we got Philip and Vogopolis. So Crayon, you can feel free to fill in here if you want to, or we can let everyone simmer in silence, and then
Yep.
I'll be right back.
I think the only thing I'm going to check on my end, because I can't control, but Rabbit hasn't given me access to his stream key or anything. I think there was a point in the game where 2A2 right was just really strong. Yeah, after F3 on 32 for black, I think 2A2 right was an incredibly strong move. I think a game-winning move, potentially. I mean, to be fair, black still won the game. The story of this game is that, like, Vogopolis made the game hard for white to defend, so they had to make, like, they had to take time, and they had to continue making threats, even though they were under pressure, and eventually they slipped. It's that simple. They just kept making threats, and kept making threats, and kept making threats. And eventually, Vogopolis got a game.
All right, I'm back.
That's huge, honestly. I mean, this is going to be biased of me, but I definitely had Philip as a favorite for this. I don't think Vogopolis is, like, not up to par for this. I just know when I've played these players, because I've played all of these intermediate players, Filipfarkas is one of the only players who has made me have to sweat a little. So using myself as a measure, I find Philip to be a reasonably good player. That sounds incredibly narcissistic of me. I'm not trying to be, like, narcissistic. That's literally the statistics. But I think against intermediate players, Vogopolis kind of shines. Like, he's been showing that he has a really good ability to make intermediate players sweat and think and try and figure out what's happening in the position, if they're safe or not.
How long has he been playing? I know I think he's been around a while.
Vogopolis?
Yeah.
He's been around for at least as long as I have. So, a while.
Let's see. He's actually he's going to be helping me out at Gen Con this year. In a month, I guess. Not too long now.
Where is Gen Con, actually?
In Indianapolis.
Okay.
All right, first Playtech game 2021 in July. So what's that, about 5 years? That's a decent amount of time in TAC.
Yeah. His experience is showing, I think.
Yeah, I think it's really important to just keep on keeping on, even if you have a losing position.
Agreed. I think it's something people in TAC I think people in abstract games in general don't think on as much. It's much more common in like chess, because in chess, like using the clock is such a big part of the game with like weird end games and forcing a bunch of moves and like flagging and whatnot, right? But in tack, a lot of times the increment is quite large. And so like time pressuring somebody isn't always as easy.
Yeah, not till the end game. Yeah, or unless you're playing me. Um, looks like Philip's first game was a year and a month ago, 13 months ago.
Ooh.
So yeah, there's a 4 year discrepancy in tournament opportunities here. I don't know that Vogopolis has played in all the tournaments in the last 5 years, but it's got the time edge there.
I think that's a good way of portraying this. It's like the veteran is trying to keep up to snuff with the, or not keep up to snuff. What's the right word I'm thinking of? The veteran is trying to use their experience to battle the newcomer.
Hmm.
It's kind of what it feels like, to be honest.
What is this game? Tactician and guest 1792. We got some big stacks on the board.
Is that whoever do I even want to know what this game is? Oh lord, it's one of these games where you have the biggest stack known to humankind. My kind of game.
This is one of these that can go either way. I mean, bots are really good about calculating a lot more weird moves, weird stack moves than we are, but sometimes you can get them, especially Tiltac is like this. If you get these big stacks, it runs low on reserves and then you can kind of bully it around a little bit.
I always like doing tactics with stacks and stuff against bots because a lot of the times they're just better than me. And stack tactics are one of my favorite things in the game. It might be too far to say I'm like excellent or anything, but I think stack tactics is one of the things I'm known for in this game. Is being willing to just make goofy looking stacks and try and like do my best with them. And so doing stack tactics against bots is always nice because it's a good practice. Ooh, is Tactician gonna find the goofy idea? I'm looking at wall down. There's C6 down here. Yeah.
That doesn't seem like a tactician move, but yeah.
I would never play it. But it's not bad because it allows you to get this position, but now my wall is on E6 or on E5.
Yeah.
Which just means all of your threats are dead forever and always. I, as white here or as black here, would play D6. If I don't get D6, white is getting D6, and then I'm scared.
I mean, you don't have much to be scared about there, I don't think.
Maybe not. I just figure if black keeps renewing this threat, it gets very annoying late game. Because black is up 3 flats, so like you have to do something about it. Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. You aren't allowed to do this. I'm scared. I like White's position now. See, this is why. Because now you have to play what? Like c5, right?
Yeah, I mean, you have this up here.
Okay. Oh god. It's it's c1 time.
Nah, take the stack.
Ooh, disgusting. This is still just like good. Like it's high key play. Walls wall c5. Zero road. Oops. Yeah, it's like the only move I see.
All right, they're back. Let me
They're playing the game I signed up for. That's a mean way of saying it. I took so much time in order to watch this. Not really. I really wanted to watch this. I'm quite happy.
All right, let's see if they are. Yep, like they started the game. All right, I gave them the go ahead. So this is for those just tuning in, the May 2026 Intermediate Tournament Finals with Vogopolis and filipfarkas. Vogopolis took the first game as black, so now the players have reversed colors. This is on a 6x6 board with +2 Komi for black, meaning that 2 gets added to the flat count score at the end of the game, assuming that it ends by reserve depletion or board fill. And they are off to the races. So we'll get into it. This is the going with a close diagonal opening here, and then Philip going with a kind of a long knight.
Yeah. Vogopolis is quite well known for. Ooh, I got too close to the mic. I'm so sorry. Vogopolis is quite well known for playing this close corner move. He does it in every game I've seen him play as white.
So similar to the knight, white's looking to press this over here until black is forced to respond to that, and then they're going to pivot towards the horizontal.
This is weird. This is going to be a very biased sounding opinion, but I think black is better.
Black is definitely taking the center here. They are behind on tempo, but I'm concerned that they're not taking this square.
White's capstone isn't really in time wherever you play it, because black's capstone can just come up.
Yeah, I want black to take this right here.
I'm inclined to agree. The other square I want is maybe right now d6. I think getting d6 is important here.
All right, Philip taking a little think on move 7 here. Okay, deciding to build around that way.
Yeah, I like this too.
Wrong shape.
Nice. True. Sorry. See, now this is the problem, is now black can just play, yeah, e5 or d5. And I think, I don't know how white's capstone is getting in this game.
They'll have to do a sacrificial move, move it before there's actually attack threat, just so it's participating.
I'm sort of contradicting what I've been saying. Because I've already said Vogopolis is very good at making interesting positions to get back into games. So he'll find a way. I'm incredibly confident. Zerner saying I like B3 more. B3 is interesting, but I don't like it as much.
I think if you're going to connect horizontally at some point, then you want something over here.
Agreed.
You want F4, F2 before you start going this direction.
Yeah, White does it this way. I'm not sure I like it this way, but it's interesting. The problem is now, I think as black, you sort of have to play E5 soon. Because otherwise, after after C6 minus, there's D5 replace. After however you stop the attack threat.
Yeah, you run into what we were seeing in the last game where White has uncontested stuff up here.
Completely agreed. Like, the only square after C6 down, the only square black can use to stop the threat is, or the only squares are either D4 or E4. That's it. So it feels very hard to defend.
Black could do an early cap move up to get in the game, but yeah, I like them having
D5?
D5 there.
Someone is saying D5, D6 is like Miai. And I disagree with that. I think D5 is simply better. Like, if white here gets D6, you don't feel as good as D5.
Oh, wow. Letting them pull the trigger. I wasn't expecting that.
Fair, I don't dislike this. Like, conceptually. I still don't like it overall. But the basic idea is that now C6 down is just Tinue, if you get it.
I mean, you're banking a lot on black not making a threat this turn.
I agree. I think a little too much. I think C6 down was just like okay.
Yeah, it's a capture, and you know sometimes
if white gets
very
D5,
easy to shy away from that.
They're going to D3 up. Yes, they're going to D3 up an edge pinch. Okay, Guest was making a point that suppose white gets D5. What?
Yeah.
A little confused. Anyway, Guest was making a point that if white gets D5 here and black gets D6, then when black's capstone comes all the way up, then you get an edge pinch anyway. But the problem is white can retake D4. And so white gets center control to some extent again, which just doesn't feel as good. Because the cap is currently defending this center position, and white's cap wants to get into the center position. So the black capstone is indirectly walling out this white capstone long term. And the further it moves up the board, the less it's able to do that. does it this way. Can we just play cap right?
Yeah. Cap right, and then black isn't in time to make a threat before you make your next one. And you get to place here or back on that same square for a threat.
The problem is if you do capstone right early, maybe there's some like, yeah, he's doing it this way. If you do cap right early, there's maybe some like c5 right, capstone up, and like refill somewhere problems. I have no idea. He's nervous. He wants to place more flats. Now if a3 gets played, there's capstone right anywhere. And then it becomes a little weird. I don't know. I am not the most amazing tack player, or even the most amazing tack engine. So I'm not positive. But I don't know. I don't know how to feel. That's good point. Topaz is.
Yeah, Tiltac and.
Yeah.
But I'll turn that off because it is a lot to look at. But this is what we kind of expected there. And what was my next move, next expected move, something like that.
I think it makes a lot of sense. The other problem is now white's capstone makes its way to c3. And to be honest, that capstone looks really good.
That capstone on c3 gets to reach here.
Yeah.
As well as still reaching back up here.
Philip thinking of how to deal with the problem. I do think Vogopolis faces this weird problem where, like, both of his big threats get countered by captures, sort of. Like, the vertical gets stopped by e3 up, and the horizontal gets stopped by c5 right. And there's this kind of barricade next to the capstone. Kind of walls out this top right corner that you've been building for the entire game. So you're gonna have to break through this capstone. I think you can, but I'm greatly intrigued to see how Vogopolis goes about it.
Yeah, my suggestion here is to steal a square here.
I like.
You want to make it so you can get these, and then when you move that capstone down, you have a weird, really weavy, windy threat going this way.
This was the other option I saw that I personally don't like quite as much.
Well, it's played d6. d6 just allows e3 for black, or d3 for black, and that just seems strong. I know the capstone can come down, but
there's this very funny line that you might have to walk through with me, actually, where black plays d whatever. What is that? d3.
Yeah.
White's capstone comes down. Black plays, like, let's say, I don't know.
Random.
Yeah. And then white can throw up early. And it's actually pretty good. Because, like, the only long-term threat to deal with this is that, and then you just play again anyway. It gets a little weird.
Yep.
It gets freaky.
And then you're able to do even weirder stuff like this.
I don't know if this is perfect long term, but it's definitely not bad. And now if you make your way onto oh god. Yeah, it gets weird. But Vogopolis has the options to make the game a little freaky if he wants to, right? Like it's on him to make the game interesting. Black is in a very secluded, bunkery type of position, I think. Black's threats are very clear. Black has control of like an area that he wants to control. White has a lot of intertwining things with this black position that they're trying to grab hold of. And I'm not sure who I like more.
Philip down to under 7 minutes here. So half the time is Vogopolis, which is not good for end game states.
Yeah, a 7-minute difference this early. And it's just getting bigger. This is kind of huge too. Like in the context that Vogopolis basically won the last game on time.
And it is harder to play black. A little more time, at least for me, a little more time spent on thinking about defense versus offense.
Question. On my board, I'm seeing a different position than you are. I am seeing actually the line we expected, but with
Let me reload here.
C5 instead of yeah. This is the move I was scared of, is C5. Because now the throw up isn't as good because you can like threaten to throw across.
All right, so we see B6 in response.
Yep.
And that, for those not seeing it, that's this capstone throw up.
I do wonder what the plan is now. The obvious looking move, like the easy breezy beautiful move, is 2c6 right.
Yep.
Yep. But I think you can fill a wall on c6. And it's like completely fine.
I'm assuming by the time involved that Philip sees this and is trying to figure out how best to deal with it.
Ooh, actually, there is a good point, yeah. Black can just wall this.
They can, but it doesn't do any good for them long term. It actually gets in their own way.
Oh, for their horizontal, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because if they wall here, then white is just like, okay, well, now I get this, or I get these. Oh, missed it.
What? Was that a misclick?
We'll see if he gives in a second to. I mean, it is a cap throw. They're not impossible to miss. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Dang. Okay. That's like official, right? I'm not crazy.
That's
Vogopolis just
official as far as I see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations to Vogopolis for winning the intermediate tournament for May. I think we'll have another one of these later on in the year for intermediates, a couple more for beginners. And then also this year is going to be the members tournament and the championship. Is that right?
Yeah. And I believe the Dragon Cup as well at some point.
Dragon Cup. So Allion can continue to be the dragon.
Boris has been trying his best to make it a bit of a run for his money.
Yeah. Yeah, congratulations to Vogopolis here, and also Philip. Philip gets a prize too, so he gets the second pick of what Vogopolis doesn't take, and then also I can pull that up here somewhere. And then also, I mean, that's a really good showing for being 13 months into TAC.
Yeah. Strong showing by Vogopolis too. I think the story of this match, of the past two matches from Vogopolis, have been being able to work your way into situations and make the opponent have to think about what your position is.
Yeah, like I didn't agree with some of these weighting choices, but they ended up working out well for him. You know, like the B5 instead of C6 minus. Yeah. And what was the other weighting choice? Oh, strong shape there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they ended up working out. Maybe I'm a little too aggressive when it comes to that, and I should build another turn before pulling the trigger. But yeah, well played.
Yeah. Vogopolis waited until it mattered, and then made the threat, and then won the game.
Yep.
Twice in a row.
Yep, 2 games in a row, both ended by roads. Both ended by missed tack threats, which is actually one of the most common reasons to lose. So, or win, I guess, depending on which side you're sitting on. All right, and so I guess that wraps it up for me. Crayon, thanks for coming on.
Woo! I hope it wasn't too boorish.
No, hopefully it went well. I apologize to those watching that I was distracted trying to figure out the PT Ninja setup, but hopefully the highlighting and things made up for it a little bit more clarity instead of me just pointing my mouse pointer at things.
I think people are just happy to get TAC commentary.
Well, if someone wants to be my sugar daddy or sugar mama, and I can quit my job, then I'll do TAC more.
True.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
But yeah, thank you everybody for listening, and I'll see you guys on the next one.